Hi there! Welcome to Google Hangouts. This will be a short tutorial which will highlight some different features and some different tools that you can use once you're inside of Google Hangouts. So let's go ahead and get started. At the very top, you see a couple different icons. Here is where you can invite people. This is where you can mute your microphone. Here's where you can choose to turn off your camera. You can adjust your bandwidth here if you need to. Here you can click on your settings, and here is to end or leave the call. By going into my settings, it will come up with a couple different options in terms of default device for microphone. So if you want to use an external microphone, or if you want to use your built-in microphone, you can adjust that here. You can also choose which audio device you want to have for output. So here you can just choose the default speakers that you have, or if you have something plugged into your computer or your device, you can choose that here as well. Next, on the left-hand side, the first tool we have is our chat tool. When I click on this tool, a chat box will open up on the other side. This is called the group chat. So I just submitted this as just a test, and anyone in this Google Hangout would be able to see that. And they can contribute right inside of the same Google chat. To exit, I can simply click this X button, or I can go back to my sidebar and select the chat button as well, which will hide the group chat. Next is the screen share. If I want to be able to share my screen with you, I can click this screen share button, and this will allow me to either share what you can see from my desktop, what you can see inside of my Google Hangouts window, or what I have opened on my other browser. So by selecting Google and click on Start Screen Share, you would then be able to see whatever is broadcasting on my browser, which is really cool. The next tool is the camera tool. By selecting camera, I can choose to take a picture. There's a little icon down at the bottom where it says take photo, and if I wanted to take a picture of any point in time during the conversation, I could take a picture just by clicking this button. So here you see a picture of me, and it gets stored down in this little corner here where you can say view photos, and now this will take all the photos and you can view them right here, which is kind of fun. And to get rid of this, you can simply click on the capture tool again, and that will hide the tool or the app. Next, you have your Hangout Toolbox. And by selecting Toolbox, it will open up a couple more options for you. On the right-hand side, you have this thing called a profile button. By clicking this, you can choose to turn on or off your lower third. Your lower third is what displays your name or anything else that you want to put there. So by default, I have my name as Bradley Lands, and I can turn this on by clicking this button, and now you see that I have my name and my profile picture displayed underneath of my video, which can be really cool. So I can use to turn this on or off, and I can also flip the image. Right now it's reading backwards to me. If I want to read it frontwards, I can flip this little tool, and now I can see myself as other people would see me, and I can read it correctly on the screen. I'm going to flip this back, turn my lower third off, and now I'm back to normal again. Here's where I can adjust my sound volume. I can choose to insert or display a comment tracker, which is really helpful when you're going back over your Google Hangouts. You can have this comment tracker set up to be able to review or to check it out later and figure out what the comments people were saying during the Google Hangout. It's a great back channel to use. The question mark is a help tool. So this tells you a little bit about the Hangout Toolbox, and it has some extra support options for you here. And finally, you have your settings here. You can choose to turn on or off a couple of these different features. Now to get out of the toolbox, I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to select the toolbox again. If I select this little X button here, unfortunately that will get rid of the tool, which I don't want. So I want to make sure I just select the tool and not the little X box. By selecting Google Drive, I can integrate Google Drive into the Hangouts. It will immediately pull up my Google Drive account that's inside of my account that I'm currently logged in as, and I can access my complete drive. I can do a search here, maybe FCCPS. And I could look at all of my documents that I have inside of this folder. I could look at things that are shared with me, things that I've uploaded, and things that I've previously selected. Lastly, the Google effects is really cool. You can do exactly what it says, add some really cool effects. So over here you can add things like headwear, like if you wanted to be spontaneous and look like the Cat in the Hat, you could put on a hat. You could wear some other different costumes and different props, all kinds of really cool things to kind of spice it up and to make it really fun. So in your own time, feel free to check some of these out. And then finally, if you want to add more apps, you can simply click on the little ellipsis tool here, the 3 little dots, and that will bring you up to a page that says Add Apps. By clicking on this plus button, it will give you a preview of all the apps that are available for Google Plus Hangouts. You can scroll down and see if any of them might interest you for your particular Hangout. So basically, that's about it. You have your settings up at the top, and you have your tools and your apps on the left-hand sidebar here, and that's really about it. So I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you, and I look forward to hanging out with you soon on Google+. Thanks.